Well, we start with what is, even though it's only 2 weeks into the season, probably the biggest certainty of the Premier League this season, and that's Arsenal are home to Portsmouth. Arsenal flying, Portsmouth in total disarray. Nothing other than a comfortable win for Arsenal at the Emirates. Birmingham versus Stoke, I think these two sides, very hard-working sides, will cancel each other out at St Andrews. I'll go for a draw there between those two teams. Burnley versus Everton. Burnley may see this as a good opportunity to get a win under their belt, with Everton obviously got issues to be addressed, but I don't think Everton will capitulate in the same way as they did on the opening day of the season, and I see that one as a draw at Turf Moor. Fulham versus Chelsea. Roy Hodgson is doing a tremendous job at Fulham, but Chelsea look very, very strong this season, and I expect them to win at Craven Cottage. Hull versus Bolton. I saw Hull on the opening day of the season. They defended very well until conceding the late winner to Didier Drogba. They defend well, but they just lack a certain cutting edge, and I think for that reason, that game will also end up as a draw. Liverpool versus Aston Villa, both not really living up to their pre-season billing, but I think Liverpool will probably just sneak that one. Villa's problems a bit more considerable than Liverpool's. Man City versus Wolves, the fixture list has been extremely kind to Mark Hughes at the start of the season, just what he needed in fact, and I think his expensive squad will be able to choke up another victory. Sunderland versus Blackburn. No shame in Sunderland losing at home to Chelsea in midweek, and I do like the combination of Ken Wyn-Jones and Darren Bent, and I think they'll be the decisive factor in getting Sunderland a victory at the Stadium of Light against Blackburn. West Ham versus Spurs. Good game this one, very intriguing, but I think Spurs' performance on the opening weekend was probably the best of the weekend, even better maybe than Arsenal's performance at Everton. I'm very excited by Spurs, and I think they'll go there and win at Upton Park. And Wigan versus Man United, not quite a certainty in the level of Arsenal versus Portsmouth, but all the same, I expect Man United to have a comfortable victory.